I'm SaraBelle.
And I'm Sebastian. Welcome back to another fast food, junk food podcast here on the Fast Food, Junk Food Podcast Radio Network or something. I don't know.
Yeah, we're on it.
What do we have coming up? We have a lot coming up. War. Fast food.
Lots of wars.
At war. At least 2 wars to report to you on here in this first segment.
There is a breakfast war.
The breakfast war, which is, that's some pretty sacred territory when it comes to fast food, in my personal opinion. And then?
A chicken war.
Chicken war. Specifically a nugget war, if I read these correctly.
Right.
Also a story about standing in line for 2 hours at a fast food place.
I think 2.5 hours.
2.5
2.5 hours.
Sounds pretty insane.
Yeah.
Our top 5 side dishes, which I feel like is a really important topic.
Well, it's a viewer mail question.
Viewer mail question, of course, right. Yeah, what are the name of the side dishes that you like the best?
Right.
I'm still having struggle here with my list a little bit, but we're going to see
I
what
have
we can.
mine.
You have yours.
I have mine.
She's very certain
Yeah.
about her fast food and her junk food and her side dishes as well. And, of course, we have a viewer mail to come as well. We have our drink of the evening here, in my case.
Code Red.
Code Red Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Classic for me, kind of what I'm used to.
I'm going old school. You got some water.
H2O.
Just got some water.
Not something we discourage here at the fast food
but
podcast,
I've had a lot of sugar tonight.
She's had a lot of sugar, and, we've eaten a lot. When you eat on a podcast, you need to kind of, pace yourself. All right, let's get to it. We have a lot to get to. Tell me first about the fast food breakfast war.
The fast food breakfast war.
What do you know about
kind
this?
of started last year.
Okay.
Because the market, you had your normal McDonald's, Burger King, Carl's Jr. It was your breakfast sandwiches.
Right.
Then Taco Bell came out with the breakfast waffle. Waffle.
We mentioned the breakfast waffle before at Taco Bell. What do you think about it?
I like it.
You told me about it before, and in assembling the show before, I realized it's essentially like the what's the McDonald's one?
Oh, McGriddle.
McGriddle. It's like that, right?
Yeah, it's like that. It has the waffle, which is not overly sweet. It's not. And then scrambled eggs, cheese.
You say it's not. Here's the thing, and I was going to say this before when we talked about this, and I failed to. You know what a crepe is? A crepe?
Crepe.
Yeah.
Crepe.
They have them in Mexico. When I was in Mexico, we actually ate these a lot. They're called crepas in Mexican, in Spanish. Crepas. Crepas. Crepes. They're all they are. And they have this batter, right? And they make the batter from the crepes from the batter. The batter itself is slightly sweet.
Right.
And the only reason I'm so sure of that is they offered savory crepes and sweet crepes. And I always gravitated to the sugary ones because the one time I got a salty crepe, which was in this case pizza, tomato sauce with mozzarella cheese and pepperoni and stuff, it had all the ingredients. It should have been good to me, but it was not because it was sweet and salty at the same time.
Well, and see, in Portland, we have all the little food pods.
Food pods. What's a food pod?
A food pod.
Is that like a pea pod?
Very, very similar, where you have a number of food carts in a designated area, where they call the food pods.
Pods.
And there was one...
And when the food pod hatches, Big Macs come out.
With French fries.
They kind of a side effect of the explosion. French fries spray everywhere. I got hit in the face with a potato cake one time. I don't want to talk about it.
Story.
I don't want to talk about it.
So there was Cartlandia is a pod on Hawthorne and 12th.
Cartlandia, like Portlandia.
Yeah, exactly.
I get it.
Cartlandia was actually around before Portlandia.
Oh, of course it was, because that's
how it is.
That makes too much sense.
And they have a crepe station.
A crepe station.
And my favorite crepe there is their ham, Havarti, and pear.
Good God! Why is Portland? Everything in Portland has to be Havarti, ham, and pear. What the hell? Can't anything just? I mean, do they have anything like normal, like peanut butter?
No.
Like, I mean,
well, no, they have.
Not there at the crepes. I just mean in
have,
Portland overall.
They have a peanut butter.
They probably have hazelnut spread.
Well, no, they have. I'm not sure if it's a food cart that transitioned to a brick and mortar or a brick and mortar that went to a food cart.
Right.
That was all peanut butter sandwiches, different types of peanut butter.
I support that.
Almond or cashew or hazelnut.
Nut butters. That was my original radio name, by the way, Nut Butters. It was really the beginning of my broadcasting career, Nut Butters.
But crepes, anyway, are a handy on-the-go food.
They're a handy on-the-go food. I cannot
You can eat them and drive.
For sure.
And so part of the new breakfast wars, because Taco Bell did say, yes, you can have a waffle in something in a form that you can...
You can have a waffle in some form that you can eat while driving. But I will not be.
So they are opening up more flavors, basically.
Got it.
And
in breakfast? Is this combining sweet and salty? Is that all that amounts to? Or is there more to it?
I think that's pretty much what it is, and just more options. Sonic has always had a decent breakfast menu.
Agree.
They have burritos, they have their toaster sandwiches, they have their toaster sandwiches that you can get on a hamburger bun, which is, actually really kind of good.
Yeah.
And now they're coming out with an unnamed...
Excuse me while I just adjust my freaking hair here for a second, because it's been a very long day. Go on.
They have an unnamed breakfast sandwich that will be their toaster sandwiches, scrambled eggs,
This is
cheese,
another Portland
meat.
thing, an unnamed sandwich.
But
I'll have 2 unnamed sandwiches and some unnamed sides. And what they will be, nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
I'm sorry.
So instead of the Texas toast...
I love the Texas toast.
It's French toast.
Oh, no! Because it's like in the sandwich with the French toast is scrambled eggs and bacon and sausage and shit, right?
Yes,
Why?
Exactly. And
I quit. I'm not doing this anymore. Okay, I don't quit.
And welcome back to the SaraBelle show.
Sorry, I don't know why and I've been on this rant before, why every place has to have a bacon shake or a bacon sundae. They have to combine it in some way.
Yeah. So I
don't know.
I was actually kind of looking for the article again. I'll find it. But so their drive that people are having is for breakfast sandwiches that are drivable. So you can actually...
Is this just at Taco Bell or everywhere?
This is pretty much everywhere. Okay. Taco Bell was the first last year, and now Chick-fil-A, Taco John's, which we don't have here, and White Castle are also
looking into
expanding
None
into
of those
breakfast.
places, if I know them, do breakfast. Right?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
I mean,
so we
don't have a Taco John's, so it's one of those ones that their focus is on sandwiches because it's handheld and can be eaten behind the wheel. And
see, my number one burger, which is In-N-Out, probably will never do breakfast because they really only do the one thing. And if they ever do some kind of breakfast burger, that's going to be a coup. Like, I wonder
they
if
don't even do bacon.
No, they don't.
So I can't imagine, anything happening. But there is a Market Watch story saying that the new battleground for the world of fast food is going to be breakfast.
Well, from the breakfast war to the nugget war, you're telling me about this chicken McNugget war.
Yeah.
I was actually not aware of this. Now, I'm looking at some information here. Tell me, the prices have, dropped.
The prices have dropped ridiculously.
It's really hard for me to even wrap my head around this, because it's which places? Wendy's, Burger King, and McDonald's?
Well, no, Burger King and McDonald's are going to be the top two that I have.
Okay.
And what happened is Burger King is being very aggressive.
Oh, the king!
Aggressive. They are doing...
aggressive.
If I were to tell you, I'm going to go fast food, you want 10 nuggets, how much money are you going to give me?
10 nuggets for, not breakfast. This is just
lunch,
regular fast food.
How much are you going to give me?
10 nuggets, let's see here. Probably, I feel like it was 5 for 99 cents. So maybe, $1.50 if it's a sale.
That's a sale. That's what Burger King is doing.
$1.50 for 10 nuggets.
For 10 nuggets. And that is their...
How do they call that? I actually did not know that. Do you have it? I mean, he has that on his phone. That's what he was just looking at. I swear to God, I did not look at that story first.
Right.
And I did not know. Good for me. I'm glad to know my instincts are right, because, sometimes things are very frustrating.
Yeah. No, so they are doing 10 nuggets for $1.50, and that's what their commercial is. The guy from Burger King is on the street, and he has a box of nuggets, like, how much would you pay for this box of nuggets? And everyone's like, $5, because...
$5 for a box of nuggets? What are you, high? That is absolutely... Actually, some of them might have been high.
Because traditionally, McDonald's, their sale on nuggets has been $5 for 20.
$5 for 20? I have spent $5 for 20 nuggets before, I think.
$10 for 50.
50 nuggets?
Yeah, and when they are advertising the sale, they are saying... not for individual consumption.
Not meant to be consumed by one person at one sitting at one time.
Exactly, yeah. Actually, there was someone who took that as a challenge, and he made himself sick.
Oh, I bet he did.
A 40-year-old...
a 40-year-old?
A 40-year-old voluntarily ate 50 nuggets. And he actually had
God.
to stop halfway through as he was having digestive issues.
No shit. He was having digestive issues. Oh,
Yeah.
really? Shocking.
So currently, Burger King is doing 15 cents a nugget. McDonald's is running about 20 cents a nugget. I had friends in Portland.
Yeah.
When they came out with the 10 nuggets for $1.50.
Yeah.
Spend
$10 and get 1,500 nuggets or something like that?
Pretty much, because I had friends who still worked at a call center, which was 2 stoplights away from Burger King.
Oh, my God.
And the day that it came out, it was on Facebook, hey, I got $5, you got $5, let's drive up to Burger King.
And let's clean them out of nuggets.
And they came back, and there was a conference break room table filled with nuggets. Pile o' nuggets, because it was so affordable. And
yeah, but it's not very good. Here's the thing.
No.
Now, when I've said I have spent $5 for 20 nuggets before, right?
Yeah.
And I have. This is my experience in getting 20 chicken McNuggets from McDonald's for $5. And it's not a horrible experience. I mean, I remember at my hungriest being able to polish off all 20 in one sitting. Mm-hmm. These are a fried food, and like anything else, like a donut or a French fry, if you try to eat it after it cools off,
yeah, it's not.
There's no reheating it.
No.
It's not going to be good.
No.
And so my experience with the 20 nuggets is if I polish off 20 fried chicken McNuggets, I'm getting the oil burps. You know what I'm saying? Where you could feel the oil coming
and
down.
you're just like, oh.
And you know what? I will say this. Some people have told me when I rant about how come nobody eats fast food anymore, blah blah blah. People say is that it makes them feel bad. It makes them feel like shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I understand that logic. Absolutely, I respect it. If it makes you feel like shit,
then
don't eat it, and we'll go our separate ways.
Right.
Maybe if we could, stop at Pizza Hut for me or something like that, that'd be great.
Right. Yeah.
But I understand that and I respect it. The one time I identify with it, the one time I actually remember feeling like shit from fast food, and it's only once. I mean, except for the burger in Mexico, which I feel like is kind of its own story. That one was its own, yeah. But it was when I ate 20 McNuggets for $5 and was like burping oil the rest of the day. Like, it was really very bad. Okay, so who's going to win in this war? What's next?
I think that Chick-fil-A might need to throw their hat into the round.
Chick-fil-A nuggets.
Because they do have a good nugget. That is like
I'll say they got a good nugget.
Out of the 3 times that I've eaten at Chick-fil-A in my life, I think 2 times have been for the nuggets.
Okay.
I don't know if Jack in the Box is going to go down the nugget road.
They have nuggets at Jack in the Box.
They have nuggets.
99 cents for 5 or something.
Right.
And here's the thing. When we talk about nuggets, we also have to kind of flip the coin a little bit and talk about tenders. We're running out of time, but I do notice that a lot of the places like Burger King tried really hard to do
the tenders,
the more complete pieces of chicken,
right? Where when you pulled it apart, you could see that it was chicken
shapes. Yeah, I
don't think they did well.
I feel like I don't. Well, they were more expensive. That was
they
the
were.
thing.
That
I
was
always
the
remember
problem.
the tenders being more expensive. McDonald's had them too.
Yeah,
whole pieces of chicken that were, and I always thought they should be called McTenders, and I thought they must have focus grouped that name. They must have tried to get them to be called McTenders, and it just didn't fly. But either way, I feel like they're now called like premium tenders or premium chicken this or something.
Premium chicken
something trying to make McDonald's seem a little classier than it is. We have to stop. Up next, our top 5 side dishes.
Yes, viewer mail question.
You and me, and our next viewer mail question as well. I'm Sebastian.
I'm SaraBelle.
And we will be right back.